Hi, YouTube. I'm back. So let's come with the first topic. The first topic I want to do is just self esteem. I want to do self love, self worth. It is such an it is such an understatement. With my experience in my internship, both adults, both children, I have seen most of the things that I have seen. It can be depression, it can be anxiety, it can be adjustment disorder, it can be ADHD. The common factor is self esteem. When you have something you're battling, it affects your self esteem. So let's say you have something going on with you, you have anxiety, everything worries you for the past few months, 6 months or so, a year or two, or since birth. And it's just a big concern for you, everything. And that's fine. It's normal. We're human. We're all going to have butterflies in our stomach. So when you first get up to do a speech, you're going to have those butterflies. You're going to be worried and sitting there in your chair. You're going to be sweating. Your stomach's going to be in knots. For me, I have gas. And I have the sweat and the sweating as well. And then when you get up there and you're doing your speech, you may have dry mouth. You might be saying, like I am, and I'm working on it. And there's so many other things. So everybody faces a certain extent to what it's like to have some type of DSM 5, which is a book that all of the mental illnesses are coded in for universal purpose. You may have, these symptoms. And sometimes it fits the categories that it wants in the book, and you're able to make a diagnosis. I am not a fan of diagnosing, but however, I know it's necessary when it comes to helping. So, yes, everybody's get those symptoms. And you may be the person that all of the symptoms are not even met. And there's a other specifier for that. There's a other section for that. And that's fine as well. Like I said, so many of these symptoms are normal in everyday life. And like going back to the point, when you know something, you are battling something, there is, what's wrong with me? Why me? Type of feeling. And which is normal. I'll give you that. It's normal. Everyone is like, oh my gosh, this happened to me. Why me? And as a Black culture, one of the biggest things is we believe in God. And we're like, why God? Why me? Why do I feel this way? So the next step is, what's making you feel this way? Why are you feeling this way? We need to identify, what are you feeling? And let me just be clear with this. It's very tricky. It's okay to feel how you feel. Now, that's something that I am still working on. It is okay. So if you're mad, be mad about it. If you're sad, be sad about it. But you know what's important? To get those feelings out. And when you're getting these feelings out, write a letter. You can journal it. You can journal it. You can rip up the letter. You can burn it. You can step on it after. Now, what I will say is, you do have to have some type of control that you can't do it with others. So you can't take it out on others. So you're having a bad day and you go home and work was just terrible and you're home now and you have kids and you have a husband, and the next best thing is, oh my gosh, I'm tired. I have to do this. I have to do that. And here are people I can take it on. That's not a solution. It's not a solution. So like I said, you can do a letter. For me, it was screaming in the car. I would get in my car. I would scream. And that would be so beneficial for me. So beneficial. Just little things like that. I now do deep breathing. So that's focusing on your breathing. You're breathing in, you're breathing out. And just in that moment, that give you a moment to think about what's going on. What are you feeling? What are you doing? How can I get past this moment? It's very beautiful. You have music, you have drawing you can do. It's so many different ways than things that we're going to talk about here. But um, let's get back to this confidence you have. So after you're identifying what made you feel this way, how do you feel, and be in that moment with your feelings. I want you to tell yourself, hear yourself. Okay, I am mad because, um, let's see, road rage. I am mad because I'm driving and this person cut in front of me. So there you go. You have identified, one, I'm mad, and two, this is because someone jumped in front of me. This is very normal each and every day. We all have some extent to road rage because we're driving for ourselves and we're driving for others. Very normal. So the first two steps are already done. I'm mad, and I'm mad because this person cut in front of me. So what are you going to do? So for me, and I'm driving, I have music. I have music. So the music may be your outlet. Okay, I'm getting a little upset. Let me put on something that'll calm me down. Or in that moment, deep breathing, because you realize that a road incident is not so major that you can lose your life over. You realizing in that moment, let that person go. Let that person go. You can't do any journaling driving, but whatever it takes for you, do it. If you have to call someone and talk it through, do it. Do it. So that's the third step. So we have, what is it that made me feel this way? Number two, we have, how do I feel about it? And being in that moment of how you feel. Do not let someone tell you how to feel or that it's something wrong with how you're feeling about a situation. Because newsflash, number one, I feel this way and I'm going to feel this way until I work through it. So it's okay to go through these emotions. I'm mad. He could have not cut me off. And the only thing that I can control about the situation is how I respond to it. So here's what I'm doing, controlling how I respond to it. So what do? Oh, I'm doing something for me to calm down. So that's music. That's talking to someone. That's even social media. That's going on YouTube and watching your favorite blogger. That's taking a bath. That's shopping. That's eating. That's pulling over to take a deep breath. That's praying if you are spiritual. That is so many different things for different people. But take that moment for yourself. And that brings up another interesting part, self-care. I am not the best with that. But I have been the last few months and years, because if you're not good to yourself, you can't be good to anyone else. If you do not believe in yourself, who can believe in you? If you do not motivate yourself, who will motivate you? And this all goes back to self-love. This all goes back to having self-esteem. This all goes back to loving yourself, trusting yourself, and being aware of yourself, of what you're feeling, what you're going through, and just really allowing yourself to break it down into, how can I work through this? How can I get through this? How can I feel better about this? How can I feel better about myself through this? And I'm going to say something very cliche. So for the show Mary Jane on BET, Mary Jane, she put down so many, what was it? It was like stickies. was like stickies, notepads, little stickies all over the place, just reminding her of what she is and who she is. So when she get up in the morning, there are these stickies everywhere, right? It was in her bathroom, right? It was in her bathroom. And in the bathroom, it was, oh, matter of fact, it was all over the house. I'll take that back. So these stickies were telling you, you're amazing. You're pretty. You're good at writing. Hey, you can really sing. You can dance. You can have a good day. And it can just be the simplest thing. So when you're in a session, well, when I have been in a session and I'm working with someone who have self-esteem things, the first thing I want to do, well, the main thing I want to do in each session is to point out something good about your day. And it could just be the smallest thing about your day. Hey, I passed my test today. Hey, I made it to school on time today. Hey, I'm at work on time today, and I actually feel good to be at work today. Hey, I got up today. Hey, I am feeling good today. The first thing I want to do is point out something good about your day. And that's just start your day. That just helps you to feel better, period. Just to recognize and to point out so many talents, so many aspirations, inspirations, so many motivations, so many just the small things about your day that made your day worth your day. And if you had a day where everything goes wrong, just realizing that, hey, tomorrow it will be a better day. Because why? I'm going to make it another day. I'm going to make it a good day because I said so. I'm going to find something in my day that's going to lift me up every single day. And even if it's, I have to go get a lemonade from McDonald's. That was the high point of my day. My favorite drink is a lemonade from McDonald's. And I got the lemonade from McDonald's. And that made me feel good. And that's your high point. And the high point is I feel good when. So just, let's say, just pointing out, writing down, using stickies, doing self-talk, which is telling yourself through talk what motivates you, what makes you happy, what you're worth, what you're working on, what you're working towards, where you are, and being happy where you are, all helps when building self-esteem, self-love, self-trust. Like I said, and how I'm going to end this video is, if you don't love yourself, who will? If you don't motivate yourself, who will? And I'm going to close there. Thanks for the journey. See you next time.